everybody forever now, when you think of Rainn Wilson, you're going to think of The Office. But he's also friends with James Gunn. And of course, James Gunn is now putting together his DC universe. And one of the characters that has come up a couple of times that we thought could be an interesting possibility for the DCU is Plastic Man, who, don't be fooled, he is straight up one of the most terrifying and most powerful characters in DC, to the point that I remember in the sequel to The Dark Knight Returns.
Yep.
Like, Batman, in an internal monologue, basically says to the audience, this guy, talking about Plastic Man, can kill all of us without even trying. He could kill all of us. If you jump forward to like one of my favorite comic book stories ever, and it's a more recent one, but the Injustice Gods Among Us storyline, in that, there's only really one guy who's got the balls to straight up walk into Superman's throne room and literally point his finger right in his face and bitch talk him because he's Plastic Man, and like completely get in Superman's face. And I love this whole segment of this story. There's this thing in Just Gods Among Us where Superman and his gaggle of guys, they imprison Plastic Man's son, and Plastic Man is like, bitch, I ain't having this.
Yep.
And like literally walks, when Superman is killing other superheroes, he gets right. That's Plastic Man. I think Plastic Man could be incredibly amazing in it. Anyway. Well, apparently, according to a story here in Superhero Hype, James Gunn was approached and pitched by Rainn Wilson to do Plastic Man. And Rainn Wilson wants to play it himself. Says this, coming out of Entertainment Weekly. I've hinted to James several times, like, hey man, you've got to do something with Plastic Man. He's one of my favorite DC characters, and I've loved him growing up, Wilson noted. First introduced in the comic books in 1941, Plastic Man is a former criminal who goes by the name of Patrick L. O'Brien in real life. After a heist at a chemical plant goes awry, which back then seems to be how all the superheroes got their powers, Brian acquired powers to stretch his body as per his whims. He decides to use the thing, blah, blah. Anyway, when Wilson made it clear that he wants to play Plastic Man in the DCU, he would still tune in to see a project centered around the quirky superhero, even if Gunn cast somebody else in the part. I would be a fan, even if I wasn't in it. I would love to watch that and play him, the 59-year-old actor said. Weird to think about Rainn Wilson being 59 years old. Dwight's 59. Schrute Farms has been around a while. And not that Rob would understand that phrase because he is a office virgin. All right. You guys already know I like the idea of bringing Plastic Man. I think he would be a perfect fit in a James Gunn DC universe. I think James Gunn would know exactly how to use him to make him actually work in it. I think he'd be great, little powerful, but I think he would be pretty fantastic in there. I love Rainn Wilson. Actually, he had a little show, I think it was on Fox. I think it only had one season where he played like a cop in this, I think it was in this Alaskan town or something like that. It was either a New Mexico town or Alaskan town. I can't remember. And if any of you guys remember the show, remember the name of the show, let me know in the live chat. And I thought it was really good. I kind of wished it got a second season and never did. But anyway, I really like him. He was great in the Weird Al Yankovic movie. He's fantastic. But I do not see him. Backstrom, thank you, Marcus Y. was the first one to put it in there. Backstrom. Seriously, it only lasted one season. I thought it was really good. Anyway, I don't see Rainn Wilson as Plastic Man. If you had asked me 15 years ago, maybe, but it's not just his age. That's not just it. I mean, the age is an issue too. I don't know if you want a 60-year-old playing Plastic Man, but even if it was 15 years ago, I'd be a little bit more open to it. But as much as I love Rainn Wilson, I think he's great. I don't know if I see him as a fit for that character, but I am 100% with him, Rob, on wanting to see the character in there. Anyway, you saw this story. What do you take away from it?
Well, look, actor wants role. Not a surprise. But I do think that Plastic Man, handled correctly, will fit right into what James Gunn's doing in that universe. I mean, I can't help but think what Plastic Man facing off against Peacemaker would be like.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it'd be pretty hilarious. So I think that the idea of Plastic Man is great. I mean, I think what James Gunn's doing in terms of the age of superheroes is probably appropriate, that a lot of these characters are going to be aged around their late 20s into their mid 30s. I think that's what he kind of has to do. I don't know if Rainn Wilson as a 59-year-old Plastic Man would be the best thing in the world, but I bet it would be funny.
They'd find a way to make it funny.
I bet it'd be amusing. So no, I mean, I can understand why people are going to pitch to him, but yeah, I think Spider-Man would fit right in. I just don't know if Rainn Wilson's the guy to be Plastic Man.
By the way, a couple people in the live chat are throwing in, this is a name I really like for this, actually. I have other guys, I've mentioned on the show, other people I'd like to see play the role, but this is going, some people are saying Ben Schwartz. The guy who does the voice of Sonic.
Yeah, that's a good
Parks
idea.
And Rec.
That's a good idea.
I really like that idea. He'd be a baller Plastic Man. I like that a lot.
Hey guys, John here. If you're dying for the next batch of Wednesday Season 2 to drop on Netflix, then I'll let you in on a secret. The Wednesday Season 2 official WoCast is already here. Prepare to dive deeper into the mysteries of Wednesday with the ultimate companion video podcast. Join the frightfully funny Caitlin Riley, along with her producer, Thing, as she sits down with the marvelous cast and crew. Together, they'll unravel shocking twists, dissect the dynamics lurking beneath, unearth the deep Addams Family lore, and answer all of your lingering questions that simply refuse to stay buried. Guests include Emma Myers, Joy Sunday, Steve Buscemi, Fred Armiston, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and of course, Jenna Ortega. With 8 delightfully dark episodes to devour, you'll be drawn deeper into the haunting halls of Nevermore Academy than ever before. But be careful, you know where curiosity often leads. The Wednesday Season 2 official WoCast is available now in audio and video on todoom.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you find your podcasts. You've been warned.
Anyway, guys, so yeah, the basic gist is, I love the idea of Plastic Man coming into this universe. You might have to depower him a little bit. I just don't know that Rainn Wilson, as great as he is, I don't know if that's the right role for him. Maybe something else in the DCU. Anyway, guys, whatever you think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.